Welcome to the Impact Review, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry this is late. I've been deciding to do some experimentation with my video editing. So you're going to see some extra stuff in here that you normally wouldn't see when I normally do an Impact Review. If you like it, tell me below if you want me to continue doing it. If I can't continue, because it is going to be kind of complicated for me. Anyway, this is the last match for Kurt Angle. This is the last show for Kurt Angle. It was not a bad show. It did feel a bit long-winded though. If you look at the very beginning of the show, if you don't see a image on my right side, it might be on my left or the bottom. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm sorry. But if you see from the images, the way the show went with Kurt Angle dealing with Dixie, Kurt Angle dealing with Drew McIntyre, and then dealing with Lashley. Particularly Lashley, I felt was pretty good. But I do have to admit, seeing Drew say, "I love you," that really got me very good. I really felt that with Drew saying, "I love you" after he hugged him, showed that this really meant something to the people who's working at TNA. But when it comes down to it for the rest of the show, it wasn't a bad show, but still, TNA doesn't get it. That they need to start announcing things ahead of time. This is like WWE, and it pisses me off. For example, the King of the Mountain title match. Why couldn't you announce this last week? And the week before that, couldn't you announce what Dano? I can't remember his name. He wasn't the King of the Mountain title match. But why not do announcements ahead of time to make him special? Why couldn't they have done this? It just angered me. Was it a good King of the Mountain match? Yeah. Seeing a little bit of Bram going against Eli wasn't that bad, but I didn't expect Eli to lose here. The next thing that got me upset, Jade versus Gail Kim. Jade looked very good. I almost felt like Gail Kim had breast implants the way her clothing was cut, because you saw a lot of side boob. I don't think I'll stick this on one of the images. That'll be a little too much, but maybe I might. I don't know. But when it came to the match between her and Jade, I felt Jade did a great job. But why couldn't Jade have her own separate music? Right now, we don't see the Dollhouse anymore. We don't. So it would have been better to give Jade her own signature music. And I also believe it would have been better for Jade to actually win the title. Because really, when it comes to Gail, I mean, Gail is basically tired out. And I understand Maria is going to be dealing with Gail Kim, and is going to be messing with Gail Kim, and is going to be going after the title. But does it have to be for the title? Couldn't Gail just lose the title, then have a feud with Maria, and then later Maria can go and get the title? I just feel like it wasn't worth it. And the backstage segment with Maria and Dixie really wasn't that good. I will say Maria dealing with Mike Bennett, her husband, that was good. I was okay with that. I was not complaining about the work that they both did. Seeing Drew come out there felt a little... Drew's not a bad talker. But I did feel he kind of botched a bit there. And I just didn't feel like it worked as well as it should have. But in the end, it was an okay segment. One thing I don't understand. One, they didn't show the evidence that he was framed. Two, he came out in ring attire. Why the blue fuck would you have Grado come out in ring attire? He should have came out in regular clothes like Eli Drake and Jesse Goddard's. Eli Drake, the master of the universe, should be getting better segment than dealing with Guido. Why? Why is he dealing with Guido? I'm sorry. I just don't feel like it makes any sense with Guido. It doesn't make any sense the way they're booking Guido, especially that he came out in his ring trunks. And then he grabs the Feast and Fire briefcase and runs around like he's damn, Mr. Magoo. The guy running around not knowing where to go without his damn glasses. If you don't know who Mr. Magoo is, go Google him. As an old cartoon that always pissed me off. The guy fucked everyone over because he didn't want to wear his glasses or he couldn't remember where the fuck they were. I hated Mr. Magoo. I despise Mr. Magoo. But essentially, that's what I get from Guido. The match of Beer Money versus the Wolves was very good. And I'm glad Beer Money got the titles because let's be honest, even though the Wolves are a great tag team, they're not a fully entertaining tag team. And that's the truth. Right now, Beer Money's way more entertaining, even though if you're going to go by who has better talent, the Wolves have better aerial talent than Beer Money. Let's be honest here. They're like the Motor City Machine Guns. That's the truth. Or Generation Me. But Beer Money's funnier. Beer Money's more entertaining. You want to root for them. So that's what we got. Let me see if I'm forgetting anything. Matt Hardy's segment. Now knowing that EC3 is getting another shot, I'm fine with it. I've said this before and I'll say it again about Matt Hardy because I know Fool Killer hates his freaking guts. Well, even if he doesn't hate his freaking guts, he just doesn't like him in the main title scene. You gotta have some people in the main title scene that can hold the title for a while and help someone build up to get the title. I know 100% Matt is going up against Jeff after Eli is dealt with. And after EC3 is dealt with, Matt and Jeff are going to be dealing with each other. It's going to happen just like what happened in WWE. The only thing is, it's not going to be a title unless the King of the Mountain title gets thrown onto Jeff Hardy. And then Matt and Jeff fight over that title. I actually believe it would work. This is me stating it. But let's be honest here. Matt just isn't a great talker. He's a good one, but he's not great. And he did the job he needed to do. We're getting EC3 built up. Now the final thing I'm going to talk about is Lashley versus Kurt Angle. I felt throughout the night Kurt Angle did a good job. He did. I did enjoy that. It worked fine for me. Even if people thought it was long-winded, in some areas it was, seeing a lot of vid packs about Kurt. They're trying to put the man over because they want to show how relevant he was. In my Booking the wrestling videos, I always say it's important to do not just getting a title for somebody, but making them relevant. And I felt with Kurt, they made him very relevant. But it didn't go 100% overboard with him. But I will admit it was long-winded. Most of the segments with him. With the Wolves, with some of the backstage segments just didn't feel like they needed to be there. With Mike Bennett, it really didn't feel like it was necessary because unless Kurt is still sticking around, which I understand he's not, it really wasn't necessary for Mike Bennett. He didn't need that rub. Even though a lot of people will say it's good that he got it. No. Because Mike Bennett needs a rub in the ring, not in the backstage segment. So the match itself was very good. Seeing the blood really did help the match a lot at the end. And in the end, Lashley won, which is the wisest thing to do. But seeing the little segment after that, seeing that Kurt got his ass whooped even more afterward, then seeing Drew Galloway get his ass beaten, and a Davey Richard getting his ass beat before EC3 came out and forced Lashley to leave, actually was a good idea. It wasn't a great idea, but it was very good. Because you're trying to build up a final showdown between an EC3 and a Lashley. Then you throw a little bit of Drew Galloway in there, so if, let's say, something goes wrong, or if they want to branch off into another storyline, Drew will make some relevance in it. So this entire show revolved around Kurt. But it was generally good to see that Kurt was willing to put people over and put them over well in most cases. Lashley the most. I really felt that really helped. So I really hope you enjoyed this Zane view. Please give me a comment below. I really do believe I'm going to be putting some images on the screen. I don't know if it's going to be here, here, here near my crotch, or dead in my face just to fuck with people and myself. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing this, if I even did this on this video. But if I did, give me a comment if you believe I should continue it. Or should I just drop and just be as I've always been, just telling you exactly what I feel and what I've seen, and that's it. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace out!